So here we are again. World 1. Level 3. Things never seem to go as I want when I'm recording. I'd actually planned on releasing this, and there we go again, pressing wrong buttons. Let me see. Alright. I'd actually planned on releasing this, on Friday. But you know how it is. Kids kind of ruin the planning that I have. At any rate, here we are again. Me, yidoger, the player, the gamer. Don't hate the game, hate the player. Actually, that was supposed to be the other way around. But it doesn't matter. And my co-commenter, Nemesis. So, what I kind of wanted to talk about today is, I named the first episode of this Let's Play the worst, or the world's worst dad, or most terrible dad, whichever it was. One of my mates actually asked me if I was talking about a Yoshi, or the stork. Well, no, that was actually in reference to myself. Since, you know, I had my daughter crying in the previous video and didn't really do anything about it. So yeah, reason for that was that I had read somewhere online that if your child is crying, you should just let it be and let it stop on its own. So you have to realize that this was one of the first days that she was back home. There I go again. I wonder if I'll stop doing that at some point. At any rate, it was one of the first days that she was back home. So I was still kind of in doubt on what to do exactly and how to treat her and all that stuff. So a lot of people said that when small children start crying, just let them be and they'll finish on their own. So that's what I was going for at first, but there was a box there. But then at some point, I realized that, you know... that's too bad. There it is. Come on. At some point I realized that we're talking about a small child here who isn't even able to differentiate her nose from her toes. And it seemed kind of mean to just let her cry on. Let's see, minigame. Throwing balloons. Great. This is gonna be a pain on the GameCube controller. Let's see if I can do this. I'll stop talking. I'll need to fully concentrate for this. Oh, this isn't too bad. The control scheme is actually the same as on the... as it would be on the Game Boy Advance. Something tells me I'm gonna lose anyway. That thing has grown way too big. I call shenanigans on that. Can I do it again? Oh, I can. Okay. I'll just skip this part to the part that I win, if I win. Pop! Pop! Yes! There we go. Alright. Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. What was I talking about? So, yeah. Most sources said that you need to let your child cry and let it stop on its own. Because if you go and comfort it, then it'll get used to it and will not actually stop on its own anymore. So I was, you know, I did that for a bit. Like, actually only that day. Then I did some more research because it's actually kind of painful to hear your child cry like that. And not just because, you know, it's an annoying sound, to be honest. And especially with my daughter. If she was a console, she would be a Wii U. And if you don't get that joke, then you should check out my first Random Rants and Rambling video. Yeah, that's some pretty great cross advertisements between my own products. But anyway, it's not just because it's an annoying sound, but when your child is crying, you just get this feeling that you want her to not cry and to be well, to feel safe and such. And honestly, just letting her cry herself out does not really give that feeling. There we go. So yeah, but at the same time, you don't really want to just keep comforting them endlessly. You need to start to try and figure out what the problem actually is, and just play into that. For us, she was actually crying for quite a long time. Let's see, what does this do? Nothing. Oh, okay. Just coins? Or are there rats here as well? Wow, that sounded a bit racist. For us, she actually cried for quite a long time. And we didn't really know what was up. Which was quite annoying. Especially in the nights. But at some point we realized that we were actually not giving her enough milk. And this was because the hospital actually advised us on how much she was supposed to get. And obviously, you're gonna believe the doctors. I mean, you would assume that they typically know what they're talking about. Alright, come back. Yes. And that's all the red coins. And that should be all the flowers. Let me check. 1 star short. That kind of sucks. Hopefully... there will be something here that gives me more stars. Well, great. Revenge. So yeah, you know, when the doctors say that you need to keep up a certain level of feeding, you do that. You assume they know what you're talking about. Not again. Give me that one up. That's too bad. I'll have to do this level again. But yeah, they obviously didn't. And a bonus challenge! Woohoo! So ever since we actually increased the amount of feeding she gets, the crying became a lot less as well. Alright. Flip cards. Let's see. Alright. I think one of the cards is a card that makes you lose everything. I'll just exit. Just to get those power-ups. Exits. Or whatever you want to call him. I'm not completely sure anymore how you actually use those. First castle. So what I'm thinking is that I'm not gonna do the levels again in this Y play or Let's Play. Doesn't this one fall down? Guess not. I'll probably do a bits and pieces video on that or something. Just so I don't have to endlessly play through the same levels over and over. That would be a bit boring for the viewer as well. I'll just probably super speed through those in... oh, there it goes. I'll probably just super speed through those in a bits and pieces video. So yeah, anyway, that was that. Increasing the feeding, which helped. For a pretty good bit, actually. Then, something else that we also did was... why doesn't this work now? Was warming up her bed with a... Ah, come on. That wasn't supposed to happen. Warming up her bed with a, I'm actually not sure what that's called in English. A little bit of help here, Nemesis? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And that was what's supposed to happen the previous time as well. So that helped. When we're after feeding, putting her in a warm bed, that also decreased the... That was pretty bad. Let me just skip to that part again. Okay. That kind of sucked for no less stars. Whoa, they both came back. Okay. That's kind of weird, but I'll take it. If it means I can get some extra stars. Okay, at any rate. I missed the second one again, but I got stars from both, so it's okay. Let's not screw this up now. Alright, does that mean... oh no, not all coins yet. Ah, and this is where we use the power-ups down here. Alright, the more you know. So yeah, what was I talking about? Warming up her bed also helped a lot. With stopping the crying. Typically I could get her to stop crying if I held her in my arms. And cradled her a bit. If that's what you call it. Cradle it, rock her a bit. Whatever the case. But... as you might understand, it's... just look at Yoshi's face there. Ah, you could only see it when the game paused itself. Oh boy. Oh, it's not a big one. Okay. So I think my main point is, you know, don't always trust the doctors and what they say, especially when it concerns your own child. Too bad. Try to go by your instincts. Especially afterwards, the same thing happened, where she apparently had not enough to eat. And still the doctors recommended to not increase the amount of food again. But we did, and every time we do the... come on. I don't remember these enemies. This will probably mean that I have to do this level again as well. Well, I need to get my A game on. This is kind of terrible. At least I don't have to worry about lives with all these coins and extra lives that I'm getting. I'll probably have to go on. I thought the key would be down here, but I'll probably have to go on for it. And I feel, yeah, there's a big one here. And that's all the red coins. Perfect. Drop the pot. There's the key. Great. Shoot him in the face. Boom, headshot. In the door. So yeah, having a baby is pretty tough though. Broken nights. Alright. Is there another one, perhaps? And a midway save point. Am I by any chance missing a flower? Yes, so I would assume that it's through this door. Let me guess. Shoot the flowers to get a flower? Alright. So yeah, it's... Oh! Woo! That was close. So yeah, it's tough work. Broken nights. You need to get up for feeding and such. But it's well worth it. This was pretty surprising to me the first time I played this game all those years ago. But it's a pretty cool effect with the magic. And it's always a surprise on what's gonna happen with the bosses, so that's pretty cool as well. Alright. Let's see if I can do this without getting hit. This might take a while, so I'll probably just fast forward this. But I gotta wonder though, what kind of plans are these at Spitax? Perhaps it won't take that long. Two more hits, I think. Oh boy. That almost ended badly. Wow. I'm kind of sucking. Alright, I think this should be the last hit. Let me just wait it out. I thought it would bounce off from the ceiling. No worries. Oh, come on. No, I'm just trying to be too fast. Let me do it like this. There we go. He's so ashamed he could die. And there we go. First boss of the game. So I hope I didn't do ramble on too long about babies and such. I kind of tried not to tell too many personal things. 3 lives. I try not to tell too many personal things, just so you know, nobody will from my actual personal life will come back to me and say that they're insulted that I told something or whatever. But it's just a little insight on having babies and such. And children. Alright, with that, I'm closing up this one episode. And as Yoshi is waving you goodbye, so am I gonna say goodbye to you.